Any great journey is woven from a million tiny threads. Yes, our eyes are first drawn to the gleam of steel swords and armor, the lace on gowns, and the unfamiliar cut of a garment. But behind this grand tapestry, the smaller details can sometimes be lost. Details that, while not the main event, are what make the story feel truly real and lived in. Welcome to Fable Fabric, and today we will show you how to craft what is perhaps the most essential item for any traveler. The backpack. What could be simpler? Just a bag with a couple of straps to sling over your shoulders. But anyone who has ever embarked on a trek covering more than 15 miles in a single day would fiercely disagree with that description. A well-made backpack does more than just free your hands and carry your worldly goods. Choose the wrong bag for a long journey and you are guaranteed a world of back pain, meaning your adventure will be over before it has even begun. That is why we approached the task of recreating Bilbo Baggins's pack with the utmost seriousness. And of course, with a deep respect for the source material. Like any creation, it all begins with a pattern. The master craftsman first cuts the future components from paper, marking not only the dimensions, but also the precise placement of every buckle and strap. This is where experience is paramount, for a mistake at this stage means starting the entire project from scratch. Next comes the choice of material. For this pack, we are using leather. While online debates rage about the materials for the side panels, we are confident that a full leather pack is not only ideologically closer to the vision of the original prop masters for The Hobbit, but is also far more historically accurate. And here is why. You see, the earliest backpacks, while simple, were remarkably thoughtful in their design. The oldest backpack ever found was discovered in 1991 on the Similon Glacier in the Ötztal Alps, dating back to over 3,000 years BC. It consisted of a wooden frame with a bag hung upon it. This design ensured that even a heavy load would be evenly distributed across the back, allowing for unhindered movement. Different cultures crafted their carry-all bags in different ways. But two things were constant: a solid frame to sit against the back and protection from the elements. Leather packs became widespread in the 18th century as a standard part of military kit. However, their design was far from perfect. They featured straight straps that dug uncomfortably into the shoulders and a lack of external pockets, making it difficult to access essential items quickly. It wasn't until the 19th century that the more familiar fabric rucksack emerged, with its angled straps, multiple compartments, and clever flap systems. And their development was driven not just by the military, but by civilians, mountaineers, explorers, and pioneers charting new territories. Since Tolkien based Hobbit culture on the rural England of the 19th century, the form of Bilbo's pack is more than justified. On one hand, it still has a rigid, leathery foundation, but it also incorporates design elements borrowed from the haversack, making a traveler's life considerably easier. To give the leather its necessary rigidity, the master marks the blank and bonds a second layer to it. A crucial step is burnishing the seam to ensure no wrinkles form in the leather. The thickness of the hide is also key to its stiffness. For packs, thick leather is typically used, around 3 to 4 millimeters. But the final thickness is something a craftsman determines by feel, drawn from years of experience. Softer, more supple leather is used for the side panels and external pockets, allowing for the creation of a drawdown flap. By combining different leather thicknesses, treatments, and adhesives, the craftsman can achieve a wide range of stiffness and form for each component of the pack. While the glue sets, let's take a brief detour to enrich our story with another element of a hobbit's attire, one no self-respecting hobbit would ever be without. Suspenders are a critical component of classic European dress. In an era of one-size-fits-all trousers, the absence of braces could lead to a most unfortunate embarrassment at any moment. As the now familiar belt loop had not yet become commonplace, before the weaving begins, the master selects the necessary colors and dyes the yarn. This is done by boiling the unbleached material together with the dye. And yes, our ancestors did it in much the same way. Next, using a special draft pattern, the master recreates the weaving design. Once the pattern is set, the yarn is carefully threaded through a handheld heddle and then stretched taut on the loom. This separates the individual threads and maintains the structure of the pattern. The heddle works like this. It has both pinpoint and oblong openings. By moving the heddle, some threads stay in place while others shift, allowing the weaver to alternate the space for the thread and create the weave. And so, the glue has dried and we can move to the next step in creating our pack. The edges of the leather are treated with a special finish to give them a clean look and protect them from wear. To craft the decorative leather leaves, the master takes a blank and dampens it to make the leather more pliable. He then wraps it in film and lays the design on top, preventing the moisture from evaporating during the work. Then begins the tracing process, where the master presses the design deep into the dampened leather. Afterward, using a special tool, he makes precise cuts and impressions. As the blank dries, the texture of the leaf will emerge and set. We now move on to the stitching phase. First, the master punches holes for the cord that will cinch the flap and pockets, and he reinforces the glued edges with additional stitching. Using a special tool, the master then punches evenly spaced holes for the main seams, ensuring the stitching will be straight and beautiful. This process is repeated for every single component of our pack. Thank you for joining us on this creative journey. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to subscribe to the channel and leave us a comment. Until we meet again.